Hey, today we're going to talk about our Reflection 337, our likes, dislikes, and modifications that we've made. Let me finish this up and we will get started. Also, I didn't do a video on this, but the Getaway couple did a bathroom remodel that she shows how they did it, and I'll link the video above. Let me finish this up. Ugh.
I'm Bill.
I'm Kelley.
And this is our
adventures. Oh!
Here we go. Yeah.
I had to pull my hair up in a ponytail. It was getting hot. I'm finished with this. I originally only wanted to go like 1 or 2 rows high, but after looking at it, I really like it, and I think I'm going to order a couple of more to finish it up to the top. I really didn't want to have to take down some stuff to do that, but I think it'll look good. So that's what I'm going to do. Hey everybody, I hope you're doing great today. This video, I just wanted to kind of go over some likes, dislikes of our RV, things that we would do different when buying an RV, things that you might want to think about when you're buying an RV. We're not full-timers, we're weekenders, so we look at things totally different than probably a lot of other YouTubers do since they're full-time. This is my first video that I've made a list. I don't typically do lists, I just kind of go with it. I wanted to inform you the best that I could on why we picked our Grand Reflections 337. And then we've been in it about 1.5 years now, and I just wanted to kind of say things that we might have done different if we had been looking, things that we thought we wanted and we haven't even used. The things that we love about our 337. My favorite, and we don't fill up all the space, is the storage. This camper has more storage than anything, and we have owned one other camper. It was probably like 15-20 years ago. We had a fifth wheel. It was just us, our son. It had a rear kitchen, and when we were looking, I thought I wanted a rear kitchen, and Grand Design had a rear kitchen that was just coming out when we were looking. It was almost set up just like our other camper that we had, and I thought I wanted that. Before we picked this camper, my husband did a lot of research and found out that Grand Design, when it cost a little bit more than some of the other campers, their quality was better. It was kind of weird when we bought our camper. We said, hey, let's buy a camper. So we looked, and the RV show here in Birmingham, which is not very big, but it was still an RV show, was coming up that weekend. We're like, heck, that's the best time to go look at campers. There's so many brands of RVs, and an RV show gives you the best chance to go through them all. And if you're going from dealership to dealership looking at them and you walk from one to the other, you might forget about stuff. But when we were at the show that time, we knew, like, you walked in one and you're like, okay, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. We took sheets of paper and wrote down stuff. Every time that I would go into a camper, I would click on the model number outside. I would click on the paper that was inside that had the price. And then we would take pictures of things that we liked and disliked, and we would write them down on our sheet as well, so that we had a visual on what we liked and disliked about each camper. The first thing that I noticed going in, and we didn't look at a Grand Design until last, the things that I disliked about a lot of the campers that went in, the finishes. I mean, everything, like when you opened it, it felt so cheap, and it didn't feel like it was made well. Things were already breaking at the show. I mean, like, you would see stuff broken just from people opening and closing, and I'm thinking, man, this is just at a show that's just use can you imagine using this thing for 4 or 5 years? It's just gonna fall apart. We went in the Grand Design and it immediately felt like home. We knew that Grand Design was for us. Then we had to decide which floor plan. They had this floor plan was the 337, and then I think the other one, I'll put the link on, I'll put it on there. I think it was a 303. It's a rear kitchen, and it was just like the one that we had. The Grand Design rep was at the show, and we talked about everything. The 303, like I said, I'm not sure if that's the number or not, but the other one that we were looking at had an outside kitchen. It had an outside TV, which I in my mind loved. Like, that's something I'm like, oh my gosh, I want that. I really want that in an RV. It had because it was a rear kitchen, all the windows that you look out were on the opposite side of the coach. And we didn't think about it, but the rep's like, here's some dislikes that I've heard after people have bought it. You are looking onto somebody else's campsite rather than your own. On this one, all the windows are here, so like if Bill's sitting outside, I can look out and see him out there. Where in the other one, to look outside, you would have had to walk out the door because there was no windows on this side. All the windows were on this side, looking at somebody else's campsite. I never thought of that. And only one time have I ever wished that we had the windows on this side, and that was when we were staying at Stone Mountain, Georgia. The lake was on this side. So to see the lake, I had to look out this window. So this design is by far the best. I do not miss the kitchen. I don't miss the outdoor TV because I'm going to show you an upgrade that we made to ours to work for an outdoor TV. Another thing that I thought that I wanted, I was excited about, is the window above the stove. Hate it. Hate the window above the stove. My favorite things of this is all the windows, all the daylight that comes in. I love the shower. It has a great size shower. It has an awesome closet in this one. Another thing, when we were looking at buying a camper, we wanted a washer dryer hookup. I don't know why. We just thought we wanted that. But not being full time, that's not something that we need all the time. And literally, I haven't missed it. When we went to Colorado for 2 weeks, every place that we stayed had washers and dryers. So we would just spend 2 or 3 hours washing, and then we were done. Have a washer dryer hookup, but we don't use it because it would take up all our closet space that I love. When we bought this, our biggest thing was the hutch. We loved the hutch. We were going to call it our coffee bar. It was going to be a great place, just great counter space for everything. And we used that so much. We love that. A few of our upgrades that we did is we added a TV in the master bedroom. We added the TV outside that's on a cool hinge. Our first big trip to Colorado, we had a satellite dish that you sat outside. It messed up, it fell over and it messed up. So when we were in Colorado, we were trying to find somebody to fix that. We found a guy that came out and he talked to us about fixing it. We had already wanted to add an automatic satellite dish so that we could just push a button and we would have it. This guy installed our TV in our bedroom. He came up with a cool design for our TV outside, which I will show you. And he installed the satellite upstairs. He did an amazing job. If you're ever close to Colorado Springs and need somebody to do that stuff, he is great. He came out to our campsite while we were gone off hiking one day and installed all of it for us. So we highly recommend him if you're in the Colorado Springs area and need that done. I feel like I'm jumping around because I haven't done like a video that's like this, and this. I don't even know how long this video is going to be. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to shorten it. But there's just so many things I want to cover with y'all. Some of my dislikes, I already talked about it, the window over the sink. It is so icky and yucky. It is gross. When you're cooking and it splatters up on it, and I don't know what to do with it. I have thought and thought, I want the blinds gone, but then I don't want people looking in our camper through that window. Oh. I'm thinking of probably gonna put in like some really dark window tint on it and then just take the blinds off because I hate those blinds. Things that I wish Grand Design would have thought about, and heck, they may have them on the new models. I haven't checked them out. The awning lights are so bright. Great. I love the awning lights. They're so bright. But we are going to put in a dimmer switch for our awning lights because sometimes you don't want to light up the whole campground. You just like to light up your spot. Another thing, the panel right by the door where you turn on the awning lights and you turn on all your stuff. I wish there was a light right there because there's so many times if it's dark outside and you're trying to look in there, it's so dark in that little hole. I wish they made a light for that. I haven't slept on it, but this pull-out bed, people complain about it. When you pull it out, it's got like your feet are above your head. It slants. So this year, at the hunting club, I've bought an 1.5 inch foam mattress that I'm going to cut so that it supposedly levels it out. I don't know if it works yet. I haven't tried it. As far as problems that we've had with our camper, when we first got it, we had some loose wires because the water heater was not working on electric. It would only work on gas. The refrigerator has had some problems. I think everybody has had some problems with their Dometic fridge. The kitchen slide was having some issues. The bell housing, the stop on it wasn't stopping, but they fixed that. We've had problems with our auto leveling, but it was not Grand Design's problem. It stayed at the RV store for a few weeks. The day that we were picking it up, somebody had backed in and messed up the panel that's up under the cab. So the RV store had to take all that apart and put it back together. So when we were in Colorado, we were having to manually do all of it because something got messed up. But then they fixed it when we got back. Another thing that I think Grand Design, or just RVs in general, should think about, and I know that there is, like, you can buy upgrades, but the steps coming in from the outside, when you're trying to get in and open the door for somebody short like me, you have to stand on the step to open the door. Well, to open the door, you got to get back off the step and swing it out because there's not enough room. It's like they should have made the steps wider so you could have just scooted over or something. Another thing that I think we're going to love, we just added it, is the RV lock. We do not, like I said, we do not full-time in our camper. We're just weekenders. But at the hunting club, we stay in it a lot longer. And this year, we're going to have several people staying in our camper with us. And the key on it, just having to have a key, and I don't have enough keys, and I don't want to do any more keys. Just to have that where you can type in the code and it unlocks is going to be great. Because last year, the dogs, somehow, I do not know how this worked. I had come in, the spare keys were in here. I had come in, laid the keys on the counter, walked back out, closed the door, and the door locked. All the keys in the camper, and we were outside. For 30 minutes, we were trying to unlock the camper, and somebody that was next to us had a key to their camper, and it unlocked our door. How scary is that? But now, we just type in a code, and it will unlock and lock. I'm excited about that one. Some modifications that we made to our camper is I changed out all the window treatments. I did not like the windows treatments that came with it because they just didn't feel homey. They felt like it was in a camper. And two, you couldn't close the windows. All there is the blackout shades. But if you wanted privacy and light, there was no option. I just ordered some painter tarps off of Amazon. I hemmed the top for a rod. Now you can close the curtains, let in light, but people can't see in. That is like an extra thing that I've done that I love. Also, another thing that I did was we took out the dinette set. There's just two of us most of the time, and I like to edit on my computer when we're traveling, and I love looking out the window. So I did the long bench with the two chairs. I can put my computer up there. I can look out the window. When we were in Destin, Florida, I saw there was dolphins outside our window, and I got to run over there and look at them. If I had probably been sitting the other way, I would have never noticed them. Also, it makes it easier when the slides are in. You can walk from the door around to this side of the camper, where before the table was up against the island. Another problem that we've been having, and I have not got it fixed because I can't make it replicated, our fireplace. Now, our fireplace, I didn't think I would use this when we got the camper. I thought, oh, it's just a fireplace. Who's going to use that? We use our fireplace all the time in the wintertime. Now, sometimes when we come back and it's cold outside and we turn it on, it has error codes. And we have to reset it, and then it'll start warming up in the camper, and then it'll start working. Sometimes it'll just have that error code. I'm just going to kind of let you tour, like slowly tour and see. Oh, another picture has fallen. These command strips don't stick that great in this heat, and they keep falling. And I have a hole in my vinyl. Not sure if you can see it or not, where one had fallen. I'm trying, and it seems to be working, making sure I take off the hangers so that it sits flush on the wall. And the museum putty, I've been adding it for an extra stickiness because the museum putty is what's holding down all my lamps. I don't have to put them up when we travel. I've made a lot of storage ourselves. For the camper, I have done a footstool and then just some other movable storage. The garbage can we opted to put at the end of the island. For some reason, we generate too much garbage to have a small garbage can under the sink. Under the sink, we have utilized a lot of this storage. I have a video that I will link about that. This RV has a ton of storage. It is everywhere. There is so much storage, I haven't even filled it up. Bill's told me, don't try to figure out how to fill it all up. I had recovered the headboard in the bedroom. I just wanted to put my own touches. Also, I put up peel and stick wallpaper, and it has held up for 1.5 years. None of it has come down, and I didn't do anything special other than just wipe it down and put it up. We also installed a Wii Boost. This has been amazing. When we didn't have service, it helped us have some. The outdoor TV, the way it sits on the hinge is amazing. I love. This is a great part, and we use it a lot outside. I hope you enjoyed this video about some of the things that we thought about when buying a fifth wheel and things that we like and dislike about this one. And it'll help you when you're buying your fifth wheel. Please like and subscribe. I know we're probably not going to have a ton of videos, probably starting until February or March. We kind of take this time of the year off of recording because we're not traveling. We are at the hunting club. I did get a few subscribers asking for me to do some hunting videos, and I know that everybody would not like to see that. So for those people, I'm going to attempt to do some hunting videos. I'm going to start another channel called Bill and Kelley's Hunting Adventures. That way, those people can see those videos, and the people that don't, you don't have to go there and subscribe, and you can just keep watching our videos of us traveling and doing things fun. Till our next video.